What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. First video this morning, and talking about Manny Pacquiao reiterating that he wants no parts of Terence Crawford, and he's going to pursue squeezing down to whatever weight he has to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. Lomachenko just said today he's staying at lightweight, 135 pounds, for a couple years, and said that Pacquiao had to squeeze down to come fight him. Maybe 137-pound catch weight might be doable, but I'm just trying to figure out, why is Pacquiao being a pussy about fighting Terence Bud Crawford, and he want to squeeze all the way down in weight and drain himself and be a weaker version of him just to avoid Terence Crawford to go fight Vasyl Lomachenko. Do we believe that Terence Crawford will embarrass him that bad? Is that what it is? Does he, he to believe, oh, he's a runner? I mean, Crawford is not a runner, though. How him and Vasyl was claiming that Chris Algieri was a runner because he got outboxed, and how Manny Pacquiao continued to say, oh, Floyd was running, and this opponent was running, and this is why this happened, and this is not why that happened. At the end of the day, he's the platinum standard. He's the #1 excuse maker in this generation of boxing, probably of all time. I've never heard a professional athlete make more excuses than Manny Pacquiao, especially in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I know Freddie Roach came on several occasions and said, man, that ain't a fight that we want. And Freddie Roach not even in the corner no more. This dude is shook. And y'all continue to give him a G-pass to be a ducker. If you're going to be in the game, you're going to have to fight the best. If Jeff Horn was to beat Terence Crawford this weekend, hypothetically, which we know that ain't going to happen, Manny Pacquiao will probably run a rematch with him as long as it ain't in Australia in a heartbeat. But at the end of the day, he feared Terence Crawford so much. And he probably feared the rest of the young welterweight so much that he want to squeeze down to 135 pounds, to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao been on some weak nigga shit, dog. Let's keep it real. He been a bitch, and he been an excuse maker. And it been a lot of different accusations made about the guy, which I won't go into because I don't know if they true or false. And he get the benefit of the doubt by me. He never been caught, so at the end of the day, he's a clean athlete. But at the end of the day, man, he been doing this crybaby shit, excuse making shit for his whole career. He been catch weighting everybody for his whole career. He been making excuses, saying, I'm too small, my foot, my ankle, I had cramps. I mean, he be coming up with so many excuses, and his fanboys just eat him up. It's no excuse for him still be in the game, and not want to fight the best. And not want to pass the torch to Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I understand that he probably don't want to pass the torch. At the end of the day, either way, you probably getting your ass whooped. Because you're going to go down there and drain. If you beat Lucas Matisse, and on God, I hope Lucas Matisse ice his ass now, man. On God, I hope Lucas Matisse knocks the fuck out of Pacquiao. I'm just so sick of him, man. I was sick of him, Mayweather, Cotto, all three of them guys, man. Just holding up the sport of boxing for no reason, fighting meaningless fights, fighting bum-ass fights. And it just ain't Manny Pacquiao. It was a whole trio of them, man. Just get out the game, man. At the end of the day, man, you going to fight Matisse, man. I'm not give a fuck about that fight. And ain't nobody paying pay-per-view for that fight. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna fight Terence Crawford, I mean, he don't want no parts of Terence Crawford. He don't want to fight on the same card as Terence Crawford. He don't want nothing to be synonymous that he got going on to be with Terence Crawford. He don't want to be linked to him. It's just gonna be another guy that he ducked in his career. He continued to duck Mayweather for years, and y'all can say what y'all want to say. It was Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum ducking that shit, that drug and urine test, using that as an excuse. And he talking about he's scared of needles, but you see a tattoo right on his fucking right arm. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he's scared. It was all types of excuses that people was buying. The same gullible propaganda that Eddie Hearn is kicking out for Anthony Joshua. It was the same shit with Manny Pacquiao, Bob Arum, and all these the public with their weak ass mind and was getting sunk right into the bullshit. When motherfuckers who got common sense and that could read through the bullshit, they already know what it was. But it's no excuse for this dude to want to go down 12 pounds, and fight Lomachenko. For what? For what? Just retire, bro. If you don't want to fight Earl, you don't want to fight Terence, you don't want to fight Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. If you want to go fight nobody there, and then if you don't want to go to 140 and compete in the World Boxing Super Series tournament or fight some of them guys down there, man, just retire, man. Just fucking retire, man. If you don't want to meet if you don't want to at least meet Mikey Garcia at 140 or catch weight or some shit, just retire. Don't go cherry pick Lomachenko like that's a big fight and try to, pass your casual fan base on to him. Or is you mad at Lomachenko because he's Bob Arum's golden goose now, and he used to have that position. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's over with. Your career been over with. You've been making excuses. You've been taking L's. Took an L to Jeff Horn, bro. People say, oh, no, No, Pacquiao won that fight. That motherfucker was close. I went back and watched the other day. Jeff Horn won that motherfucker, man. At the end of the day, it's over for this old pruned up, dude from Philippines. Go enjoy politics, bro. Anytime you got Boo Boy holding the pads and you look like shit, get out of here. Then he looks super small, like he already getting ready to cut for a Lomachenko fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight that I'd be interested in, but I'm like, why would you squeeze down 12 pounds? You know what I'm saying? Why are you even entertain that when you can fight Terence Crawford and get clout right there? If you beat Terence Crawford, that's the perfect way to go on top. If you beat Lomachenko, ain't gonna be nothing but excuses. Well, Terence Crawford made Pacquiao be excuses as well too. Crawford ran the whole fight. He was running punches upside his head. With Lomachenko, excuse gonna be, I had to cut so much weight, man. I wanted to fight at 140. He didn't want to fight at 140. Like, dude, Pacquiao was the ultimate excuse maker, man. The ultimate excuse maker. And at the end of the day, man, it just don't make no sense why, he don't want to shoot Terence Crawford the fair one, man. Or shit none of the other welterweights the fair one. He been crying his whole career. I'm too small. I'm too small. I'm too small. It been excuse after excuse, man. And at the end of the day, people were tired of that shit, man. People that really knew boxing, that was entrenched, that was in the trenches in boxing, already knew that shit, that he was the number one excuse maker. He was one of the number one frauds in the sport of boxing to a certain extent when it came to talk about weight, when it came to trying to fight certain guys, a lot of shit. Every loss he had, it was an excuse behind it. Their first Eric Morales fight, he was making excuses. The Tim Bradley fight, he was making excuses, which, a lot of people thought he won that fight, so his excuses valid there. The Jeff Horn fight, he was making excuses. Teddy Atlas being the tap dancing fucking top rank, caddy motherfucker he is, was making people believe that Jeff Horn wasn't even in the fight, and that was false. And that's why he lost his fucking job. Sit his ass to the studio. Floyd Mayweather, he ran my shoulder. I'm like, one shit wrong with your shoulder. At the motherfucking, at the Grand Arrivals, you was at the fucking Mandalay Bay raising your shoulders up, telling everybody how he was going to beat Floyd. How he was going to beat Floyd. And what happened? You got your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? You ain't do shit but make excuses and cry. Then you turn around, you beat Vargas, you beat Bradley, you turn around and get your ass whooped by Jeff Me So Horny. He ran upside your head. You couldn't do shit. At the end of the day, he's an old fighter. I'd be glad when somebody retire his ass, man. He can get the fuck out the way like Mayweather, Cotto, Marquez. Just fade into the black, man. Just go enjoy your life in the Philippines. I don't know what you're still fighting for. At the end of the day, your career has been fucking at the downfall. You're going to be Roy Jones in a minute, fucking up what you built in the beginning of your career. Because people going to remember you for getting your ass whooped by fucking Matisse. If that happened, getting your ass whooped by Lomachenko. They ain't going to worry about the weight or your excuses. They going to remember you getting your ass beat up by Jeff Horn as well, too. So at the end of the day, he just don't want to fight Terence Crawford. That's fine. He want to jump 12 pounds to go fight and cherry pick somebody. I think he cherry picked somebody. Be my guess. He probably saw the Jorge Linares fight and thought he can beat Lomachenko. And that might be possible. But you better squeeze down to 135 and say the excuses. Because you pursued that fight, not Lomachenko. And Lomachenko is the A-side under Bob Arum now. He's a real top-ranked fighter. You're just a guy that's freelancing, that's just letting top-ranked handle your TV, your TV streaming for the United States for the Lucas Matisse fight. He showed cherry pick Matisse, man. He didn't want to fight Earl or Terrence or none of the other welterweights. He want to go down and fight a lightweight in Lomachenko. They don't bring shit to the table. No cachet, no nothing. But it is what it is, man. It's TVC and more. Let me know what y'all think. I linked the source in the description as well. We gone.